Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a cold February 21st here in San Antonio, Texas. I think we haven't touched 40 today. I haven't looked outside, so I'm not sure. But wanted to hop on here. This week, we're going to share some exciting news and prepare you all for amazing guests that we have coming up over the next week to 2 weeks. So stick around for the next 30 minutes. Be entertained by my wonderful co-host, Angela. And of course, me. And don't forget to follow us on social media using the links that we will have at the end of the podcast. We are on X and we are on True Social at this time. So more to come for the additional social media, but right now that's where we're at. So welcome, Angela. Are you staying warm?
I am. I'm in my onesie. A warm onesie.
I'm warming up. I'm warming up with some bourbon in my Donald Trump whiskey glass. So
those are cool glasses. I like those.
Yeah, I purchased it locally. Actually, it was a gift from y'all, and I thank you for that. The whiskey tastes better in a Donald Trump.
It does.
President of the United States of America says old number 47, 45 and 47. So we can just hop right into it. Have some really, really, really great news.
It's really exciting news we got.
That we were thinking about and have been thinking about for a while. I have anyway. Considering looking into, I'm trying to have like a Kamala word salad here, but
apparently, I'm like, let him go. Let's see where we're going.
Apparently, when we become burdened and we get unburdened by the burdens that have unburdened us, we can but on a serious note, exciting news. We had a meeting Wednesday with the chapter. What was his title again? Director of
chapter
recruitment, essentially.
Yes, there you go.
For Log Cabin Republicans,
director of chapter development.
Oh, awesome. So we talked with him for about 30 minutes, got a lot of great information, and are very excited that, number one, our backgrounds are running. Angela's was clean. Mine's still in the works, so we'll see what happens.
When you get deported, I'll let you know how it turns out.
I may be put in a camp or deported to Guantanamo Bay is what somebody told me this week, that I was going to get shipped out to there. So who knows?
I was told I'm going to go back to Cuba. Well, I've been. It was nice, but no.
So we're excited to share that information, that we're going to be starting up a chapter for Log Cabin Republicans here in San Antonio, because there isn't one. There is one in Houston, also one in Dallas, that apparently are thriving pretty well. So we're going to really lean on them to...
You know what? I saw that there's one in Austin as well. I don't think it's active.
Yeah, I saw that, and I wasn't sure. That'll be some good information to get from them, and maybe have like a combo type thing, since it's not far. Play it by ear, see what happens. But definitely excited. Good news for the local conservative LGBT folks to be able to have an outlet with like-minded people, and really have, as much as I don't want to say it, I'm going to say it anyway, but have an alternative voice to the pride bigots, because it's what they are. They
are.
I hate to throw out labels and whatnot, but it's exactly what they are, because if you don't agree with them, you're outcast. You need
have
to SCFU and fall in line.
Shut the F up and fall in line and support the community. Because if you don't, we will ostracize you and chastise you and call you names and swear at you in public and try to kick you out of everything that they run. We're speaking from personal experience.
Yes. Meanwhile, they're, focused on trying to get out of parking spots because they get blocked in. So more information to come on that. We're in the infancy stages of it. It's going to be a lot of exciting news coming up, like I
We'll
said,
keep you
within the
all
next couple
posted
weeks.
too.
Yeah.
And if you're in
Um,
the local area as well, and want more info, reach out to us, message us, send us a message on our social media, whatever. We'll go
email
from there.
address. Yeah, email address is rightsidepridepodcast@gmail.com. So that's a good way to get a hold of us. I check that pretty frequently. So it's not one of those like you message today and get an answer next week, like some
No, we
organizations
pretty
around here.
much are on top of that. We've got our
Um,
people on top of that.
so very excited about that. That's number one topic we wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
Definitely
that
want to
is.
get more involvement in the community um, for conservatives. I know there's a lot here who don't necessarily like to speak out, but this will give them that opportunity to have a voice amongst us and allow us to speak out for them and on their
Yeah,
behalf. And I know you don't have a problem doing that. I don't have a problem doing that. So, speaking out is what we do. You want to take the next?
yeah. Next week. Next week. It's the 25th, right?
I think so.
We've got a special guest, a gentleman that we've connected with on Facebook. He is conservative, and he's funny too. He makes a lot of funny social media posts, and we're going to have him on as a guest next week. And I believe he'll be entertaining. And his name's Dave, and I've already spoken to him offline and everything, and organized it, set it up, and he's a good guy. He's going to be fun, and I think we might be able to convince him to be a regular
Yep.
contributor.
And he definitely likes to poke the bear.
He
So
does.
we're really excited about that, and it's going to be a good show. So we're looking forward to having him on, and definitely going to be a good time there. It'll probably be a little comic relief, but a lot of serious topics as well. But it'll be a good time. It'll be a good
Yeah,
time.
he's a good guy. And then further down the road, we have another guest that'll be coming on. He, excuse me, he was a big advocate out in California, out in the Palm Springs area. And it was funny talking to him yesterday. We know some of the same areas and people and stuff. But he started the largest bear organization get together, I guess, in either California or on the West Coast. They'd have like 7,000 bears show up. And it was funny. He was asking me, "Well, you must have heard all about it." I'm like, "Well, no, I'm sorry. It's kind of not my thing, but okay." But he started that years ago, and then the Advocate magazine did a hit piece on him afterwards, and just I read the article, and it was not pleasant. He's conservative, and they called him out and just were talking all sorts of trash about him, and basically he lost it. He just lost all that business. He lost everything there. And it's like he's not one to be deterred. He moved up past that. He started a travel club, travel business for the LGBT people, and he's got a cruise coming up. Booked Brian Straka from I believe it's called the Walk Away movement, for this cruise. And I believe it's next spring. He has all the details. I don't want to expose it or anything. I'll let him tell us, but it's exciting too.
Yeah. So we probably shouldn't have both of them on at the same time because Dave likes to poke the bear. Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
Um,
I see what you did there.
um, so yeah, looking forward to that. Exciting times. We're really happy to have guests come on. Um, I like doing this, just kind of conversation between us, but it's entertaining for me, but I don't feel like it's entertaining for the masses. Not a lot of people want to hear you and me bloviate about everything, and I use that word just because
No,
it's a fun word.
it
So these will
is.
be rare, with Angela and I just kind of one on one here. Um, Really, we'll have this just to kind of update if it's a slow week and we don't have anybody lined up. We'll have these just to kind of map out what we have coming up,
Yeah.
keep everybody in the loop, and really just to stay in touch with everybody. We don't want to go too long without having a new episode come out. And there are a couple things I want to talk about here and kind of get your opinion on. Um, if do you have anything to add or anything to say before I get your opinion on things? And I know you have an opinion on it because you have an opinion on everything.
No, I don't have an opinion on this right now, but I'm sure I will come up with one.
Okay, so I had a former coworker when I worked at a psych hospital. I did work there. I was not a patient, so they said.
Oh, I wish I could say that.
Um, on Thursday, she I had asked her when I first started this podcast if she'd be interested in coming on, and this was back in February, beginning of February. She says, "Let's just stay talking amongst ourselves. I don't want to deal with the crazy people on the right. I wish you well on the podcast, and this is not my thing, podcasting. Thank you for the opportunity. I will pass. Take care." And I left it at that. Didn't talk
Sure.
to her, from that point on. Well, yesterday she decides to say, and I quote, "Do you still stand with the idiot?" And at first I thought she was.
Did you say no? I've never been in a psych hospital
I said, "Huh?"
or a Democrat.
I said, "I'm assuming you mean, do I want the president of the United States to succeed?" "Yes, I do." She says, "In what? In what? Destroying democracy? You like Putin too?" And I said, "I tell you what, come on my podcast and talk to me about it." She says, quote, "Hell no." So I told her, quote, "Then politely shut the fuck up," end quote. I said politely. It was respectful.
With all due respect.
She
I
says,
said
I
with all
won't
due respect.
I won't be exposed to your masses of hate. And then I'm done with you. And I said, "You mean you don't want your idiocy exposed?" And then she blocked me. It's those people like that who don't want to have that open dialogue about things. They're worried about coming on a platform like this
Right.
and they're going to get lambasted by the masses and, "Oh, we hate you, we hate whatever, whatever." But if you can't have that open dialogue with those who differ from you, we're never going to
Right.
advance and stop the hate or stop the back and forth of
Stop the hate.
it's ridiculous. I
No, you're
mean,
right.
just the
It
thought.
is. It is. They're and basically they're cowards. They want to bloviate, but they've got nothing but hot air to back it up. And I have no problem listening to another person's opinion. It doesn't mean I want to sit there and have them degrade me, call me an idiot, a Nazi, a fascist, some kind of ist or some kind of phobe.
So,
But everyone has a right to their opinion, no matter how stupid it is.
right,
But if you're going to come at me about something that I believe in, well, then do it. Do it in a nice
respectfully,
way and
right,
have facts.
yes,
If you're going to claim that, I don't know, Trump is selling children or something, or holding slave auctions. Oh, that yeah. Then have facts. Well,
right,
if that's true, then let me know because I don't want that to happen.
right,
Which you saw some Democrat, I don't know who it was, posted a picture of the his party that he had at the White House to honor Black Pride Month,
Black History Month.
Black History Month.
You're
Pride,
combining
can't
pride.
get out of my head. Yeah,
That's not till June.
some
Captain's
Democrat
log, June.
took a picture of that crowd and said, title it "The Help." Could you imagine if a Republican had done that?
Yeah, it would have been chaos. There would have been There would have been peaceful protesting in the street. There would have been, looting,
Yeah,
rioting.
yeah,
Everything would have been taken from shoe stores except for work boots, and it would have been just mass chaos.
yeah.
And those racist Republicans, but Democrats can't be racist because,
No,
well,
they can't.
but Trump,
Orange man
So,
bad.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what I dealt with earlier, or yesterday with her. Support the idiot, blah blah blah. I'm amazed at how many people want this president to fail. I didn't like Biden, but I didn't want him to fail.
no, I wanted him to succeed.
If he fails, if he had succeeded and the country was going well and he got reelected, awesome. Like we're doing
Absolutely.
great as a country. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want. I care about the country. I don't care about party politics and whatnot. Do I support the Republicans? Absolutely, but
yeah. There's too much of this loyalty to the party, which I hate that those words put together in that order, because it sounds like something from communism. You have to be loyal to the party. Yes, Elon. Yeah, and I'm so this is my opinion on all that. I'm so tired of that. You want your voice to be heard. You want to correct somebody. Well, then do it. You're invited to show us the error of our ways, to correct our course. Do it. Don't be a coward. Trying to be polite. I'm the polite one of the two of us. So
that's pretty accurate. So that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
I know. And people who know us they know that, and they get scared about this too, is that we share a brain.
And it's only a half a one.
Yeah.
So we both got a quarter
half
of
a brain. A friend of mine that I went to the police academy with, I worked with before the police academy in aerospace. We went to the police academy together. This guy is a great friend of mine. He would do anything for him, and he would do anything for me. He went off on some tangent before the election on social media, just tearing me a new one about voting for that guy who wants to kick us. No, he was going to put us all in camps or deport us, or he's gay. This guy is gay as well, and he and his husband are gay, and
both of them.
Yes,
that's rare these days.
He just went off on this tangent about how Trump is going to, Project 2025, all these things, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, John, I'll say that his name is John. John, you show me those facts. Show me those things, because if that's true, I want to know. And he said, "Oh, you're just trying to get me to debate you, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No, I want to know if it's true. I don't want to get deported. I don't want to get put in a camp. I don't want to lose all my rights." And he, I think the last thing he said to me before he blocked me on all social media is, "Well, good luck with your fascist Nazi orange leader," or something like that.
That's always the final straw. It's like, you're a blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got the last word in.
Mm-hmm.
I had something to say on that, and I forgot what it was, but it's that quarter of a brain it's not working right now.
It's not braining.
But yeah, it's typical,
It's
right out of the
sad.
playbook. It's right out of the playbook. We point fingers at you, and you're the problem, and Orange Man bad. Doesn't matter what he's done that's positive. It's always Orange Man bad, and
Yeah.
that's the end of it.
Yeah.
I do have another question. Since the executive order, kind of designating it LGB and then
The rest of the
TQRSLM,
alphabet
yeah,
disappeared.
and the plus.
I
Um,
don't care.
I've seen a lot of people come out in support of the trans community, but I have seen zero come out for the QQIIAALMRBQLSS plus. Do they not matter? Do their lives not matter?
LQ.
QQIIAA lives matter.
Is there an organization to support them too? We can donate, like BLM.
Well, I would say the Pride donations to Pride, but it would get funneled into a buffet somewhere. I'm on a roll today. Call me butter. I'm on a roll. But that's a legitimate
Yeah, it is.
question I would like to ask someone who is fully in support of the Legitimaquah community. Is why is it that you're only coming out in support of the trans community and not all the
What
other
about the
alphabet
other
letters?
873 genders?
Exactly. It makes no sense how they just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, I know what I was going to ask. You had mentioned the Project 2025 thing. It's funny because that kind of went away. I haven't
Yeah.
heard people, for the most part, harping on, oh, he's gonna Project 2025. I haven't heard that from the left. They've kind of
Okay.
moved on to another.
It's my theory that the leaders, the people in charge, I don't call them leaders, of the liberals, leftists, Democrats, whatever you want to call them, will trot out these buzzwords. I picture them having this big meeting where they say, okay, well, what do you think would work this time? How about Nazi? Oh, we'll go back to that one. That's a classic. And then they see that that's not working. So they'll come out with constitutional crisis. Oh, let's go with that one. And then we'll try Project 2025. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, well, let's try something else. And I think they keep doing this until something sticks with the public. Because they're big on chance.
Mhm.
We will win. So
That was
I think that's why they dropped it. Is it didn't work.
big on chance and big on going to lakes and just yelling at the water. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand. Like, I get it. Sometimes it's really okay. It's cool to just be able to like let out a scream, let out a yell. Like, it kind of lets you
Everyone
vent.
gets frustrated.
But good God, you have but they call us the cult, the MAGA cult. But they're the ones at these ocean sides or lake sides and
Recording themselves on video.
yeah.
My mom was deported. I will do whatever I can.
That's another question I have is I'm gay and Hispanic. Do I get to pick whether I want to be deported or I go to camp? Because camp
Yeah.
sounds fun. But a vacation to another country sounds nice too.
I would like a camp. I mean, if the camps are in the United States, I would, and I heard Florida, I'd go there. I like on the beach or something. But if it's outside the country, I don't know.
You're on a one-way jet to Cuba.
Yeah,
Go back
apparently, because vexillology is not taught in liberal areas.
home.
What I'm talking about is, how the little flags you can put in your posts and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I put the Puerto Rican flag in there. And
Excuse me.
I don't know how many liberals have come at me saying I'm going to get sent back to Cuba. And I'm like, well, when I was in the military, I was in Cuba down at Gitmo, but Okay, I liked it. There's good fishing, you know. But they keep saying I'm gonna get deported back to Cuba. I don't think
Well,
so.
I got told I was going to get sent back to Mexico. Never been.
You've never been.
Never been. But I'm getting sent back. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
But yeah, exciting times. We're a month in. We're one
yeah.
month in
It's
today,
glorious.
and it's been nonstop. It was nice today to see the Maine governor get put in her place.
Yeah,
Men
that
don't
was.
need to be competing in women's sports.
Yeah,
For a party who claims they are very pro woman, you know, we're here to protect the women and women's rights and everything else, but they're okay with a man competing against them in
yeah,
sports. Now, I've had this argument brought against me when I had this discussion with somebody, and they're like, well, you play softball against girls. And I say, it's a co ed sport. So they know what
yeah,
they're getting into. The women know what they're getting into. There's also a league just for women. You know, I could say I'm identifying as a woman. Well, not anymore because Trump's in office, but I could say I identify as a woman when Biden was in office, and I could play against and hurt somebody
yeah.
or get hurt. I've seen some of them play. Very likely I'm the one that's going to get hurt.
Some of them.
But
Is that what you
yes,
said? Some of them.
some of they, them. Um, but in reality, in collegiate sports and whatnot, somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah,
And at what point do you put Mike Tyson in women's boxing?
yeah.
When does it stop? When does it stop? And
Well,
and at what point?
the what one of the Williams sisters said that if she played against I mean, she's the top female
Hmm.
tennis star for how many years, and is an amazing athlete. Um, she said that if she was to go against the men, she'd get her clock cleaned.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. And yes, back in the I think it was 73, Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs played to settle the debate, and Bobby Riggs got his ass kicked. Well, Bobby Riggs is also a drunk old man too, you know, smoking in between sets and all this stuff. Not that that's taken anything away from Billie Jean King, who was an amazing
Right.
athlete. Um, but there,
That was an outlier. It
yeah,
was, yeah,
yeah,
that was the exception to the rule.
yeah,
Essentially the rule is just biologically, men are typically stronger, typically faster,
right.
typically smarter, typically, no, not smarter.
What did you say?
I said typically faster, typically stronger, typically smarter,
Yeah, what did you
and
say?
but but yeah, it's just not. It's not a.
It's not. It's not
In
right. It's not.
general, it's not fair. It's not
No,
fair to
it's
the
not.
women.
I've seen people get cut down at third. You know, they'll frickin' I get scared playing third. And when I was good, I couldn't compete against. I'd get oh hell when I was playing first and then against Scott. I'm like, get out of the way. I'm just, what, whatever. Just don't embarrass me too much. Just hit it past me or through me.
I will say we had a tournament. Forgot where it was. I got a scouting report on the left center fielder, female. Don't run on her. She has an arm. My first at bat, what did I do? Ran on her. She
I'll
had an
find
arm.
out.
She had an arm. She threw a BB to second base, and we didn't run on her again. But it was the first inning. I was going to find out.
Yeah.
She had me by like 6 steps. Like it was
Oh, that
embarrassing.
happened to me. I was stretching a single into a double and got cut down
Well,
halfway.
that was by a sniper though. That was your gravity helped out there. But yeah, I'm excited. We've had quite a few more people joining, subscribing. Greatly appreciated everybody who has. We definitely want to make this a bigger podcast, better podcast.
Any
Like,
suggestions, comments,
absolutely.
concerns, complaints? We'll ignore the complaints, but everything else we'll listen to.
Definitely like, subscribe, share, leave comments.
One of the places that we're getting some traction is in that Facebook group, The Gays Who
Called,
Straight,
yeah,
STRAYED, and it's basically a Facebook group full of us, conservative people who just want to
smart
not
conservative people,
more. What's that?
smart conservative people,
Smart. Well,
smart gay conservative people. Well,
they're
they left the
yeah.
community.
Yeah, and again, we've said it before. There's a lot of people that have been turned off by the gay community, not just outside but inside the gay community, by the just incomprehensible hate and bigotry that comes from within. You either, like Hector said earlier, you either shut the F up and fall in line and support the community, or you're an ist, a phobe,
Or your
something
resignation
derogatory.
letter,
Yes,
is here
it's
already signed.
typed up for you. 9 pages of comments.
We'll go into that another day.
Another day, yeah.
We had a nice issue, I guess, with somebody who was a hindrance when they should have been, helpful. But that's a topic for another day. We really just wanted to hop on today to chat about upcoming schedule. Next week, Tuesday, is going to be Cortez. Dave
Cortez
will be on Tuesday.
That's
really
looking
fun. Forward to that. Yeah, absolutely looking forward to that. That'll be probably a solid hour of good, solid entertainment.
Just let him run his mouth. I'm good with that.
And then the other gentleman, I'm really, really looking forward to his information, and I think that that'll be to be really informative.
He hasn't been. The other guy hasn't been nailed down on a date yet. He's having surgery March 3rd, and I'll check back with him after that. So
much for HIPAA,
Steve. If you're watching, listening, best of luck. Be praying for you.
Yeah. Got any final thoughts? And we'll have a new segment when we just have us and be like Angela's final thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, my final thought is just be the best person you can be. The best thing you can do for this world is to be the best you that you can be. And that does include who you think you are, or who you believe you are, or who you feel you are. If you think you're a lamppost or a toaster, be the best toaster or lamppost that you can be. If you feel that you are, like for me, I'm the best Angela I can be. I'm always working on it, trying to get better, but just focus on that. That's the best thing you can do for the world, for the people around you, your family and your friends. And don't make one thing in your life the only thing in your life. Like, I love softball. It's not the only thing in my life. That's my final thought.
Yeah. Got anything for me?
Oh, wait. We should have a segment at the end of this called Hector Gets the Final Word. Because we know that.
I am the host. You are only the co-host. So
it says it right there.
But yeah, just wrapping it up. Thank you for hopping on today. Thank you for all the work that you've been doing. I know your day job is really, really tough. they're cracking the whip on you, but you still find time to get things done.
I do my best.
She's got 3 bosses and 1 HR director that just they're
on me.
They're all
constantly.
over her. Yes, it's insane. I don't know how you breathe, much less get work done. But thank you for all you're doing. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm just the talent. I'm just the on-air talent. I don't do much beyond that, except for choke
just
my
co-host.
The talent. But thank you again, everybody.
I don't know. I just show up and there's things for me to say. So
Absolutely.
And a camera.
Thank you again, everybody who has liked, subscribed, shared.
Yes, thank you. Please tell your friends.
Absolutely. Subscribe, share it. Again, don't forget to hit us up on our social media on X and True Social. Email rightsidepridepodcast@gmail.com. True Social is at Rightside Pride Podcast, and then X is at Rightside Pride Podcast with no vowels, so all consonants.
All that'll be at the end of this. So
yes, so it'll all make sense when you read it at the end of this.
Yeah,
but
our producer Roz will take care of that.
Thank you again, everybody. Hope you'll have a great weekend. If you're in the San Antonio area or anywhere where it's cold, stay warm. If you're where it's warm, screw you. Send us some warmth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But appreciate y'all. Like Angela said, stay good people, be good people, be nice to each other. As we were told Wednesday by the person from Log Cabin Republicans, if you're pissing off the left, you're doing something right. Have a good night. Your hosts for today have been, and still are, Hector Barrera and Angela Tapia. Right Side Pride Podcast was produced today by the ever-talented producer Roz. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time on Right Side Pride.